Hello, ladies of the internet and of YouTube. My name is Kadarmas, otherwise known as Toneshift. Welcome back to Jibber Jabber. As I mentioned just a second ago, I am your host, Kadarmas, otherwise known as Toneshift, and today we have a full fucking house. Holy shit! The only one who's missing is Trinit, but he's not a patron anymore, so he's not here. Anyways, today's guests, in no particular order, we've got Hades Shadow 92.
Hello.
That was surprisingly quiet. Paladin 57.
Hey.
Blank Page, author of Human Nature and Their Very Own Sons.
Praise it.
He also happens to be a Dark Souls fan. I'm sure you already knew this. Neff.
No.
Surprising.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Neff, who is also here. And Tom117Z, the author of Change, Queen of the Hive, co-author on multiple EDC-verse stories, and also the author of Soaring on Little Wings, which I have not put up on YouTube yet. That's probably going to be several more months.
Tone.
Yeah, I've never been here
Partner
before.
in crime.
Bitch, you know it. Tom, say words.
Words.
Thank you. He actually did what I wanted him to do. Holy shit. I feel like this is the first time, I feel it's important to note this is the first time he's ever followed my orders without any backsass.
I don't know. I think saying words the way he did, because
It was sarcastic, bitch.
Yes, but it is what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to say words. Like the word words. That's what I wanted. Okay, I think we get it.
psychological warfare.
Yeah, shut up. So,
It's we haven't had enough sleep to go into this.
yeah, I can tell. So, how's everyone's day been, eh?
Eh.
Pretty
I have
tiring.
a sore throat,
A
but
little rough.
I ate crisps and now it's used up. So
Bit sore,
Yeah.
but
Man, I'm not going to go into that right now.
All right, fair enough.
Long. Too fucking long.
Well, I actually have a little short anecdotal thingy to start us off with.
Is it
Alright.
medical?
No,
thank
Thank
God.
goodness.
it's actually related to something I think all of us can appreciate to some degree, video games.
Yeah.
yeah.
Specifically, just on a whim last night, I bought The Last Guardian. Just on a whim.
All right.
I don't really
Never
know,
heard of it.
I didn't really know a whole lot about it. It's made by the same people who made Shadow of the Colossus and Ico. And I know Shadow of
heard
the
of that.
Colossus is praised a lot as one of the best games ever made by a lot of people. So I went ahead, I grabbed The Last Guardian, and it cost me $40, so I was kind of nervous, like, okay, hopefully I enjoy this. So far,
Dang.
I am not regretting my purchase. I'm only a couple hours in, but I'm having a lot of fun. For one thing, how many of you actually know what The Last Guardian is?
Just
I-
the
That was-
trailers.
Vaporware for ages when
Just
it came out.
trailers.
Okay. The basic premise is you play as a kid, I don't know the kid's name yet, who wakes up in a mysterious cave with a big creature called a Trico that is feared among his people for being like a man-eating monster of some sorts. Now, it isn't trying to eat him. When he first wakes up, he's afraid of it, and it's angry at him because, territorial, carnivorous animal, whatever. But it's wounded. It has a spear in its thigh and a spear in its shoulder, and it can't really move. Now, there are barrels nearby full of stuff, and apparently the Trico eats these barrels full of stuff. And what it boils down to is the kid sort of, in an effort to make sure the beast doesn't eat him, befriends it by feeding it, getting the spears out of it, and releasing it from the chain that's currently tying it to the floor.
Oh my gosh, it's How to Train Your Dragon.
God.
I mean, I haven't
God.
seen that movie, so
What?
here we go. We can get to that in a minute. Yet
I
another
just love
thing.
how Tom just says, what?
Here we go. All right. So, and I will say this: I am not regretting my purchase one bit. For one thing, the Trico is big, and its name is just Trico at this point. The kid just named him Trico. Makes sense.
Giant sky puppy, right?
It seems more feline than dog, but sure. And it is, like, it's feathered, and it has wings. I have no idea how it would fly with those wings. I don't think it could. Probably more like just give it a little bit of extra lift when jumping places, because it's a very acrobatic thing for something its size. But I will say this, they absolutely nailed the fact that it's a wild animal, and like the animations, the way it behaves, they nailed that. They nailed that hard. And I know they nailed it hard because while I'm sitting there playing it at almost midnight last night, I'm sitting there, every time it starts acting up, I start muttering at myself like, whoa, easy, 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 easy. Like I'm actually talking to a fucking animal. Like I was actively talking to it and then thinking back, like, huh. They must have did a really fucking good job for me to be talking to pixels.
Well, you hope it was good. They've been working on it since they released freaking Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, I know, it was like 6-year
Original.
development cycle, long-ass time.
Yeah, they better have made a freaking masterpiece, let me tell you.
When was Shadow of the Colossus released?
But a lot of that, well, Shadow of the Colossus was originally released on PS2.
Yeah, I'm looking at 2005. They've been working on Last Guardian since 2005.
Well, I mean,
13 years.
It came out a few years ago at this point, so.
Oh, jeez.
So it was
I
like,
thought
so it
it
was
was
like 6 to 10 years or so. At any rate,
December 2016.
but yeah, but I'm only a couple hours in, like, and I am absolutely loving it. The control
And
scheme's
it's
a little
11 years, not 6 years. It took to come out 11 years.
Yeah, the control scheme's a little wonky from where I stand. Like, X isn't jump, X is crouch. that's a little weird to me, but I'm adjusting, and between making the animal, making Trico really feel like a big wild beast that just happens to like you, and the kid you're playing as feeling like a clumsy and weak kid who's having to rely rather heavily upon Trico to survive in this nightmarish situation, I am really engrossed. I have no idea where the fuck the characters are or why they're there, and they seem just as confused as I am. But I'm curious to learn more, so money well spent. I'm enjoying myself with it. Very fun.
Awesome.
I got grabbed by some suits of armor, and then I had to pet a panicking Trico. We had fun. It was.
Nah, you're probably a sacrifice.
I mean, shut the hell up. No spoilers, damn it.
I don't know what's going on.
I think you're the only one who's played it so far. We can't possibly spoil it for you.
I'd say there will be no spoilers here, but I can probably guess it's probably going to eat you.
I mean, the Trico?
Sure, why not?
I mean, I doubt it because the main character is narrating it as an adult while we're watching him run about all this as a kid, so we know he grows up from all this.
Well, yeah, but maybe he gets eaten as he grows up.
I mean...
Like he's talking
later.
from inside the thing's stomach.
I mean, to be fair, that actually makes some degree of sense because the Trico swallowed me at one point, and I thought, oh shit, that's game over. But then I realized, wait, no, I'm seeing things inside of it, and then it spat me out and went to sleep. Like, huh, okay, that's a thing.
Oh, that must have been an experience.
Yeah, it was surprising. I thought it was game over because suddenly the Trico's eating me, and I'm thinking, wait, what? Oh, okay, it's game over. All right, let's try that again. And then all of a sudden, the game's continuing, and I'm like, wait, that was supposed to happen? Okay. The only game overs I've actually experienced are accidentally falling to my death, and that's it. I got grabbed by suits of armor a few times, but you can struggle out of them, so.
I know the main character, if you fall from high heights, can actually break their leg, and you have to limp everywhere.
Well, I mean, that's not something that's happened to me.
Well, there's only one way to test it out now, though. Congratulations, you're a guinea pig.
Nope.
Thanks for volunteering.
Not doing that. Nope. This is not Bloodborne. I ain't doing that. For context, for anyone who doesn't know, Hades, Blank, and I play Bloodborne together fairly routinely. And
I'm usually the guinea pig.
Well, actually,
Have you come across?
you're usually the one. You're usually the one who goes first, but then I'm the one who winds up saying, "Okay, who's next?" And then Blank, fucking asshole,
Thanks
says,
for volunteering.
"Yeah," and then it winds up being me second, and then I turned that around on his sorry ass by refusing to say it last time, and he wound up having to go.
Have you met the
Well,
master
then he
of the
turns around
valley
by forgetting
yet?
to open up the shortcut.
What was that, Neff?
Met the master of the valley yet?
That's Dark Souls 3. We're talking about Bloodborne.
I was talking about Last Guardian, but okay.
Well, no, I have not met any. Don't ask me about Last Guardian. I don't know anything about it. I'm going in completely blind here.
No spoilers, Neff.
No spoilers. Not even
Oh,
asking me about
right.
spoiler situations. Just shut up until I say I've beaten it.
Which will be
I don't know.
Same day he completes Fallout Equestria.
Fuck
The same
you.
thing, except,
Fuck
you get to spend it, right?
you.
That was yes.
And you gotta get through Project Horizons after that, and then you can get to the Bat Pony orgy.
Oh, he'll never get through Project. He won't even start Project Horizons.
I-
It's
I-
too much for him.
Yeah, I won't start Project Horizons. I'll just say that right now. If the chapter length on average is 10,000 or more, it's already a hard sell. 20,000 or more for an average chapter, fuck that. No. I do not get paid enough to sit down and read almost half a fucking novel in one chapter. 50,000 words is the requirement to be considered a novel. If the average chapter length is 20,000 words, you're doing something wrong. I don't care how well written those. I don't care how well written those chapters are. Chapters are not meant to be that goddamn long. Chapters are meant to be bite-sized pieces.
A 20,000 word chapter I can start reading at around 11 o'clock and be finished at 2.
I'm about to say, Tom hasn't even gotten to the really long chapters during the Battle of Hoofington.
Oh, how long are they? I can maybe check right now because I'm right at the end of the fic.
I can't tell you how many. I can't tell you how many words they are. The only thing I can tell you is that when I listened to a recording of them, they varied from 3 hours to 4 hours.
So
I like how it's so long though that I'm calling 288,000 words left the end of the fic.
Eh.
So yeah, upcoming. The next chapter,
288K words.
the whole thing's over nearly 2 million.
Yep.
Next chapter I need to read is 24,000 words long. The longest chapter ahead of me is 31,000. That's chapter 77.
Yep, 77.
Jesus Christ.
There's been longer chapters than that.
Oh, there's gonna be.
We're about to kill Tone's voice with those chapters.
Oh, he'll.
No.
Oh no.
They'll never read.
Never do.
They'll never
Oh,
read
he'll
them,
never-
let alone
he'll never do a reading of them. No.
Nope.
Nope.
So much nope.
So much nope.
Yeah, the
He'll
chapter
never...
I just met. The chapter I just read. Blackjack finally met Golden Blood and punched him in the face, which was quite nice.
Well, I mean,
yes.
I haven't read any of this, so I have nothing to contribute to discussions about Fallout Equestria past where I'm at in the original story, and I only just got to Little Pip deciding to go try and get more records for Homage because, yay,
I've only.
I mean, that's
I've
further
only
than
fully
me.
New Bay!
listened to
I
the
cannot believe I
first
just
Fallout
fucking said that.
So
Alan, what?
Well, Twilight is Bay, so you know it's an established thing in the
Tom?
MLP canon.
Tom,
Hey,
I
them
am
were
going
fighting
to
words right
skewer
there.
you. I am going to skewer you, and then I'm going to skewer whoever had the bright idea to make Twilight have that fucking acronym.
The what?
Bay.
Best
B-A-E.
aunt ever.
Wait.
Bay.
I'm
Oh, I
confused.
remember that.
I'm confused. What?
Season 7, Episode 3.
Twilight has the
Oh,
title
best
of Best
aunt
Aunt Ever, which is short for Bay. Short term is Bay.
Fuck! Whoever wrote that.
Eh.
Like, fuck them with a combustibles wacky stick, ignite them on fire from the insides, burn them to ashes, take those ashes, dump them in a sewer, ignite those remains, stick them on the next SpaceX test flight, and launch them to orbit around the sun.
which will be never because
Calm
Fallout.
down now.
So Brian's a fan of Bay.
I do not like that word. I do not like that word.
Yeah, and
Oh
yet
my
you
goodness.
used it just a minute ago and started this conversation.
Yep.
Yes, I know, not one of my best moments. It's kind of like when I decided to declare that Trixie wanted blowjobs. Not my finest moments.
Or make unintentional puns.
I feel like we know what really goes on behind his mind.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yes, I am very crippled, and it bugs me.
I have no room to speak on that one because I'm just as local.
Eh.
And then, of course, what also bugged me was sitting at like 28.99 subscribers. Like, one more, come on, just one more. Fucking stop sitting there. And then, as soon as I posted that video, it went up to 2,900, and then like 2 minutes later, it went back down. It's like someone subscribed just to fuck with me.
I would have got it.
I've seen that happen, and it's hilarious, but also frustrating as all hell.
Well, you've already passed 2900.
Yeah, I know.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm at like 2904 or something.
06.
Really?
Yeah, I just looked.
2,895 subscribers.
From
Man.
the different readouts are different.
No, that was funny though. It's just like,
And yet it also reads here 2,906, which is weird.
Different sources read things differently. It's
man. I just say you're almost a 3K, Tom.
almost, which is not the milestone I set on the 2000 video, which was almost a fucking year ago.
Just wait until he meets the trolls at 3K, and then they unsubscribe, putting it back at 2900.
No,
That would be evil.
that would be.
Remember how you got to 2,000, Tone?
Yes, I remember. I remember.
They exist.
You utter bastard.
I'm an utter bastard. I
That's
don't have
he
two
hasn't,
utters.
he hasn't quite got there yet, but I feel with this next few chapters of war, he might.
Okay, snack time.
You
Well,
haven't seen the end of the fig.
let me talk about how I reached 2,000 subs, because Tom here. See, I was sitting at like 1990 something subs, and then somewhere along the way, I suddenly reached 1,999. I was eyeing it like a fucking hawk, just like, come on, turn to 2,000. I was prepared to start recording it, and like it turned to 1999. It's like, okay, one more. I went to get my recording software, and then I was in a Skype call with Tom, and I was like, oh, just one more. Give me a minute. And then I look, it's already 2,000. I couldn't even capture the moment it turned. Fucking
Tom.
You could have waited.
Yes, I could have, but that wouldn't have been as funny.
Oh my goodness.
But then I recorded the 2,000 subs thanks video, which was just me howling like a banshee and saying hi to the cat and then leaving the room, followed by wacky music playing. Do you remember that?
See, it all works out in the end. Everything works out.
It could have worked out better, though.
The things you two come up with.
The Death Altar in Twilight's basement.
Yes.
Well, we didn't
Trixie and
come
Luna
up with
going
that.
to
We
the pound.
experienced that.
Trixie and Luna go to the pound.
The
Twiggles
one where,
the bunny.
The one where Maud gets excited. Gummy
Twiggles.
Boulder trying to take over the world.
The one that started it all, which is Idiocy in Spring.
Idiocy in Spring.
And of course, Gummy and Boulder trying
Obviously.
to take over the world.
And
Boulder
then the
really
one
just
where Twilight fucks herself.
really
Twiggles.
Really, Boulder just wanted to have sex with Celestia.
Ah.
Tia, I'll come back for you.
God damn it. The things you all...
Celestia's just... And Celestia can't hear them. She's a random alligator and rock on her throat.
And then Maud and Pinkie Pie appear out of nowhere, take them away, and she's like, what just happened? Oh, yes, Saturday. Now it makes sense. Sort of.
it's just... And then there was that recent reading that you did on Patreon, like something about Celestia and a swan.
Celestia Smitten Swan. Yes, that'll be coming out on Wednesday.
A swan. Really?
Hey, ask the Abyss. I didn't write that one.
I know you didn't write that one. It just feels like something you would write.
It's not.
There's a fic.
Are we
There's a fic
talking trumpeter swan here? Or what kind of swan? Exactly.
The type of swan that goes...
Okay, trumpeter swan.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. So,
But yeah, there's a fic where I can't remember the exact premise, but for some celebratory reason, Twilight, Luna, and Celestia drink moonshine that Luna literally made from the moon and just asked them not to question it. Celestia got so drunk that later on they found it in the Everfree Forest blue, like grazing on Poison Joke.
That also reminds me of a couple of fanfics. I haven't done readings of them. I don't plan to, but I read one of them. It's called "Now You Bucked Up and You Have Bucked Up Now."
Oh yes, when first one where Twilight's friends go on an adventure without her, and then the second one is where the princesses want to prove they can do diplomacy and friendship stuff as well, so they try and go meet a new civilization without Twilight and fuck it up.
And both times she's not even upset at the mess they made, she's just upset that they didn't take her along. Trixie got fucked by a fucking, like, hexahydra. Like 50 heads. Who knows how many dicks are hiding underneath that reptilian skin? And
Well,
Oh,
I really
okay.
don't want to think about that. God damn it, Tom.
poor Fluttershy wound up doing something bad. Like, just everyone did something horrible except for Rainbow. The one you would expect to do the most wrong did the least wrong. How does that? I don't.
It's to make up for all the crap that you make her do in little flashes.
Oh, yeah. I'm not getting into that right now because I'm probably not going to be doing a reading of Little Choices. I'm only doing Little Glimpses because I think I figured out a thing I want to do with it. I'm thinking...
You should do a reading of Moonshine, the one I uploaded. The one where Celestia gets drunk off Moonshine.
No.
My philosophy is I do a reading of a fanfic under only a few conditions. 1, it's complete. 2, I actually enjoyed reading it myself. And 3, if the author gives me permission. If I can't meet any of those 3 criteria, it's a hard no.
No, his next one shot needs to be Luna's gay old day.
Oh boy. I mean, it's going to be a little while because I still got to get caught up with Human Nature and Their Very Own Sons. I was supposed to do that this last Wednesday, but since I'd already gotten permission to do Celestia and Swan because I was expecting to be caught up by this upcoming Wednesday, and then fucking blank went and updated both stories twice.
Gotta keep you on your toes somehow.
So I decided, okay.
On the good news, now that Soaring is slowly coming to an end, I'm sure you will all enjoy Friday's chapter and maybe upgrade me to the second utter.
Who dies?
What did you do, Tom?
What did you do? Am I going to have to rub your nose in that?
Find out this coming Friday. To a cinema near you. I'm just saying, Sentai is coming out of his break this coming Friday as well, so he'll finally start getting the exchange cover art done for Change Avia. So the moment Soaring is finished, I can get right into that.
Nice.
Luis.
What I would give to see Luna's own video game collection.
I mean,
Gamer
Every
Luna.
video game ever created for free.
Yeah. Gamer Luna.
I mean, that's a cute persona for Luna and all that. Although I'm pretty sure Equestria doesn't have video games past the arcade thing yet.
Well, what about Button Mash?
He plays only on the arcade.
And
That's why she goes over to the Equestria Girls one and gets them.
I mean, maybe. Who knows?
What I would give so much to be a fly on the wall when Celestia comes knocking to Luna's bedchambers to find her still
playing a game. I'm about to say I've seen plenty of comics where
when
she
she's
does
still
that.
when she's still playing League of Legends.
League of Legends, Fallout,
Civilization.
Borderlands.
Yeah,
Dota.
one more turn.
Oh my goodness, it was.
We're playing
hilarious.
One Shot. It's an indie video game.
that would still be a conversation I'd love to hear.
What the hell is all this? It's video games. Go away. Leave me be. I'm enjoying myself. Okay.
Luna, when was the last time you slept?
It's French toast. What? What's French? Did you mean to say French? Go away. Okay.
Go away.
Pretty
I'll
sure
be back later.
even
Okay.
French isn't canon. They just the one time Apple Bloom started speaking French, they just started speaking fancy.
Well, yeah,
My
but
sister's speaking in fancy.
but that was Applejack, and we all know she's uncultured. Shots fired.
You're gonna get so many
in the
dislikes
French
for that
version
one.
of MLP. Does Apple Bloom just start
Implying anyone
speaking
likes it
English?
again.
And
In the French version of that episode, does she just start speaking English?
what?
Really?
the French version of that episode, do you think she just starts speaking English instead of French?
I guess there's one way to find out.
Yeah, I'll have to go take a look at that. Holy shit.
Oh god.
Yeah, they probably just continued the French version.
Well,
Or no, she starts
that would be
speaking.
completely pointless. They're already speaking French.
No, she speaks Italian.
Or really fast Spanish.
Or really
If
fast
You
Spanish.
can find that video. Link it us. I want to know what Applebeam actually says during that.
I don't know.
That would be beautiful.
And
Awesome.
it actually sounds a lot faster than it really is. Trust me on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's really nothing to be said about it.
This certainly took an interesting turn.
Yeah, it did. Suddenly we're talking about Spanish. What?
Okay, back to video games plus
No
Luna.
hablo español, por favor.
You know, it's interesting. I actually sometimes just fuck around with making my own languages sometimes. It's fun.
Yep,
Right?
yep, yep.
Oh, you voiced my demon toilet thing in
Oh, well, that wasn't an actual language. I was just making shit up there. I mean, like, actual, like functional languages, just for the hell of it sometimes.
Fair enough.
Cool.
I'm saying you wrote that line for the demon toilet in the bonus chapter for Queen of the Hive. Along with that.
Yeah, again,
Living
again,
door
again,
frame that Discord
yeah,
made.
Yeah, again, I was just spouting gibberish there. There was no actual language there.
It still said something about taking a shit.
Pizza! I was actually inspired by Team 4 Star's talking toilet on the Namekian spaceship for that
I
toilet.
don't give a fuck.
Dear my god.
So,
Now what?
I don't know. I'm typing something.
We really need more structure in this stuff.
No, I don't.
Who needs
Why they never hold
structure?
together?
Pass on, idiots. In case you're wondering what Parthon means, it means excuse me.
We've still got another half an hour to go. Just
Indeed.
over.
All right. So yeah, I can just randomly type up sentences over on my end, and they'll be translated into a language I made, and then I can just say them because fuck it, I can. Like,
Cool.
for example, Shanven Kethyun Kam means, who the fuck are you?
huh.
It's just a thing I can do.
Okay.
I'll put a link in chat for you guys to fuck around with after Jibber Jabber, because it's kind of interesting to just have a chat with using that translator and try to figure out what the other people are trying to say. After Jibber Jabber, though. Let's try and keep it to English here and not fictional languages that only I know.
English is boring.
Let's say he says that now when he brought it up.
Yeah, I know. I shut up.
All right.
I don't
Well,
say anything.
new topic we can do then is maybe talk about all the promos for season 8 that have been coming out.
Celestia's
Okay, right.
excited, and oh my god, that was adorable.
Uh-huh.
Woo!
Oh my goodness. I haven't seen
We've been getting a. I can find the synopses. Maybe hold on. Maybe Alright, season 8 news on Watch You Daily. If it would load, come on, internet, thank you.
Isn't the internet just
Because
lovely?
we were speculating on a previous Jibber Jabber on episode titles, and now we have actual synopses for a lot of these.
I'd rather not go over those. I'd rather go in completely and utterly blind, so if we could not.
Yeah, I'd rather do that, dude.
Although,
Well, there's that conversation topic.
I'm about to say,
sorry.
Tom here doesn't give a crap about spoilers. He's already seen probably a good handful of the episodes so far.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any episodes.
Well, I do.
Not
But
one.
You know about quite a few of them.
Not really much beyond the synopses. The only one I know anything substantial about is Mean
Crystal
Six, and that's because I came across the spoiler thing.
Yeah.
While browsing.
Yeah. Anyways, as it is, there is actually a story that I kind of want to plug here really quick, sort of say something about. It's already been featured multiple times on fanfiction.net, and I'll just say this: it's an absolute joy to read. It's called Blonde Moments. It's still a work in progress, but I'm contemplating maybe doing a reading of it at some point when it gets finished. Maybe. We'll see.
Blonde Moments?
It's a Spike and Derpy fanfic.
Okay.
Oh, isn't it shipped, that one?
Yes, and it's absolutely adorable. And Dinky's in there too.
Since we're talking about stories, have you guys ever heard of You're Human and You?
I have. Can you let me finish plugging the story I was plugging before we go on to plug others
Sure.
first? I wasn't done. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
So Blonde Moments is written by an author on fanfiction named Famous Last Words. And for one thing, as I mentioned, it's adorable in so many ways and very sweet in a lot of others. And in some cases, just kind of... Like, sometimes I just can't help but facepalm. It's like, Spike, you gotta stop, you gotta stop, you gotta stop. The snark between Spike and Starlight in this story is incredible. I love it. I'll go ahead and read the description really quick, and then we can move on. The description reads, Spike has had a lot of extra time since Twilight and Starlight have become busy with their various duties. It's understandable, but he feels rather useless at times. And after taking a trip to the local hospital, Spike starts volunteering to entertain the fillies and colts in the children's wing. Spreading laughs and smiles to children and families who need encouragement is more fulfilling than he could have ever wished. But when a certain blonde-maned Pegasus with much less fortunate circumstances takes notice of Spike and just how caring he truly is, how will Spike react? Short answer is, he's gonna fall hopelessly head over heels, but not as hopeless as freaking Sonic. That was reference to a gift of a feather, which is still cheesy as fuck.
I'm about to say, you mentioned that quite a few times, and you're just like, oh my god, man, you're just wow.
I don't like the name Sonic because every time you say, I think of a blue hedgehog.
So do I. It kind of bugs me, but
I was gonna say.
But that's the character's name, like Sonic Breeze or something. I don't fucking know. I just know his name's Sonic, but he's not a hedgehog. He's a pony, a hopelessly romantic pony.
Is he blue?
I don't know.
Does he have to go fast?
He is as fast as Rainbow Dash, I know that much, or almost. He is capable of breaking the sound barrier. I know that because he made a Sonic Rainbow.
Confirmed.
He made a Sonic Rainbow, and that was how Rainbow Dash knew, oh shit, Sonic's in town. Oh shit, now my emotions are getting all confused.
Oh, God.
At one point, I thought Sonic in that story was the most cheesy pony ever, but then Rainbow Dash goes and says something that's like, fuck.
They're so cheesy, they're made for each other.
I think with Rainbow's case, it was because she had no experience with a romantic scene, and suddenly she just suddenly blurts, your eyes are like the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And I'm just sitting here like, and I thought Sonic was bad.
Oh, I'd say that was...
Now, of course, to be fair, they were in the privacy of, like, the stratosphere, but still... So, okay, I'm done plugging Blonde Moments and accidentally plugging The Gift of a Feather as a byproduct.
Paladin, what was that one that you were wanting to plug?
I think it was actually Neff who... Oh, no, okay, it was Paladin. Go ahead.
Was it...
Wait, what?
Go ahead. Never mind me. I'm the lunatic, the untaught bastard over here. Never mind me.
Yeah, she
Tone
was
shit
Paladin.
sucks dong.
God damn it, Tone, you are not Markiplier.
I know I'm not, but if it makes people laugh, I can quote him occasionally. Plus, I just think he's an amazing guy. Anyways, the fanfic, Paladin, plug it.
The story I've read, which I've been waiting for the next chapter, is You're Human and You. Awesome story. Which, if you don't know what that is basically a guy named Max, basically, working at Mickey D's one day, gets stuck in Equestria.
Is this the one where humans are considered animals and are used as pets?
Yes, it is.
I've read that. I haven't read it in a while, but I used to look into that one.
Isn't
funny.
it rated M?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
I haven't picked it up in a while because they haven't came out with a new chapter, so...
I can't remember either.
I mean,
I'm sure it's too long for Tone to
Oh yeah, unquestionably.
Yeah, it is. I think probably a decent story would probably be Battle of the Blanks, in my opinion.
Battle of the what?
You never heard of Battle of the Blanks?
I feel like I've seen that once.
Oh, someone just left.
I mean,
Um,
Tom has disappeared.
Oh well.
Battle of the Blanks is basically it deals with the game, from the Blanks, Sunnytown.
You mean Story of the Blanks, which started as a fanfic? I'm pretty sure.
Was it started? And I think it became a game or something like that.
The game was made inspired by the fanfic.
Yeah.
It was like one of the original Grimdarks from way back in the day.
Yes.
But like alongside Sweet Apple Massacre and Cupcakes, those are like the big 3 initial Grimdarks.
Rainbow Factory.
Yeah, that one too. I forgot that one. Hey, Tom's back. Where the hell did you go?
I lost internet connection. Yay.
Yay.
I feel like I'm 2 seconds to be in the same boat. Like, you guys are cutting out. I'm hearing 2 syllables, like, forever.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well,
Isn't the internet just lovely?
Yep.
Me and my stunning 2 megabytes per second on a just perfect sunny day.
Hey.
I bet the royal sisters never have to deal with this shit.
Eh.
I mean, you're gonna have to say that again. I think it got a little windy there.
we've established that spells can be used to communicate over long distances, but but there's such a thing as poor spell service, which I'm guessing means long distances and disruptions along the way, which because in the movie, the Tempest and Storm King lost touch because
I'm about to say everybody here has seen the movie, right?
except Blank,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which movie?
Well, except
Except
Blank.
me.
the MLP movie.
Go ahead.
The MLP movie.
Oh, no.
What?
Damn it,
If I
Ryan.
Hey, I'm not alone.
if I could just say one thing about that one scene, I was like, really? It sounded like a goddamn phone.
That was the point.
That was the point.
Why?
It had phone and then it had like dial-up as well.
And then poor
Why?
spell service.
Why?
Because you need something.
Please tell me that was like an actual phrase in that, though.
Spell
They
service?
also-
Yes, poor
Yeah.
spell service is an actual term. Where do you think I got it?
I thought you just made it up, and now it sounds so much better.
God.
No,
They had
that's
a
it.
they also had a hungry hippos joke.
You're kidding.
No,
Dear
it's
Oh,
like
that's great.
it's like I
bet-
hear
I bet
hippos can be
spell
pretty
service
hungry.
acts as a
Hungry
killer.
hippos. Let's keep moving.
Hey, can we please just keep moving past the horrible puns from the movie?
Oh, and one of the things in there had a transform sound effect. Hasbro.
That was the original Equestria Girls.
Yeah.
No, in the movie as well. Like when Gruber first comes out, when he has that freaking like speaker or whatever come out. Like when
On- Can I honestly just say that the whole movie could have just been great if with Grubber just not there at all?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
He was not necessary, in my opinion.
He definitely was not. He wasn't. But I mean, he doesn't really hurt it. It's kind of like a squealing Scootaloo. If you ignore it for long enough, it'll just go away.
but it didn't. Scootaloo never went away.
My ears from that episode are like, dear mother of God.
And I'm pretty sure she
Thank
Um,
you, John.
pretty sure she forcibly adopted herself into that family now.
Pretty much.
Since she only lives with her aunts anyway. Her parents never around.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, Tom, you pretty much made her part of the family in Little Wing, so
I mean, she's
Well, yeah,
already
yeah,
practically
the
part of the family in canon because, like, sort of pseudo sister-like relationship with Rainbow Dash. They just don't even bother beating around the bush about.
Little Wing made a Malcolm in the Middle joke, which obviously Scootaloo didn't get.
God damn it.
Who's Malcolm?
Uh-huh.
Never mind.
Here's.
I swear to God.
Yeah, like it was like halfway through the first part where she made all right, She said, "All right, Malcolm in the Middle," and then it went through the rest of it, and then right before the break, then Little Wing, yeah, who's Malcolm?
Malcolm X.
No. I swear to God. When it comes to you, Tom, I don't know if you're going to get your next utter from Little Wing or Fallout. One or the
Probably.
other.
Well, actually, Friday is a thing, so probably.
Mm.
Who's gonna
I mean,
die?
we got But
He's gonna.
we
he's
got a
gonna
few
knock
chapters
off,
before
He's gonna knock
stuff
off Misty
happens.
Gust. He's not gonna knock off Misty Gust. Like
We
during their
got-
wedding.
Well, the wedding's already happened. That was the last chapter.
Okay, so
Spoiler
right
warning
after
for Soaring on Little Wings, by the way.
Yes, spoiler warning. Honestly, I still say every jibber jabber you should just throw out there. Spoiler warning.
It's just the jibber jabbers of spoilers.
Where's the fun in that?
We spoil everything from Little Wings to Little Choices. Oy.
It's hard to talk for an hour without spoiling something.
Considering, yeah, we've got so many here who either read or write fanfics.
But yeah, so Friday, something is going to happen, which might earn me the extra utter. We'll see. And then we've got a few chapters before we get to the truly bad. For something bad to happen, I'm sure Hades will hate me for in a few chapters. 5, I think it is, or chapter 15. Chapter 15 is something happens that Hades is probably going to hate me for. And then we got stuff right at the very end of the fic that's gonna make people's hearts break.
I swear, you're so lucky you don't have an OC, or I would just do what Tone suggested.
I have an OC.
Toss it to me. I'll throw it a similar pony in my fic and have my character chop his head off.
do that, and I'll have Scrappy just randomly come across you. And
Thank God I don't have a pony OC.
I have a few OCs, so I mean, none of them are actually me 1-to-1. So,
well,
And that's why I ran to Earth through the portals. My pony OC is getting their heads chopped off. Yet.
Speaking of your OC in your full fic, Hades, you know how in because of your fic, I was originally writing how stable 3 was the only stable except for zebras, and then I amended that line to as far as they knew because it didn't have a complete stable tech database.
In terms of a lot of other fics I've read, there have been others that talk about zebras and a stable, but yeah, in the original, only stable 3 was said to be. And personally in my fic, stable 100 was not really even known very highly about, considering where it actually is.
So, you have stable 101 and then stable 99, of course.
I just picked 100 because no one had used it yet.
I picked a stable 84 for the same reason. There have been no stable 84 in any other fic.
I'm about to say, yeah.
What about stable 69?
I used that.
What?
Stable 69's been used, and you can imagine what the stable experiment was.
Stable 69?
Yeah, that's been used in the fic. I searched on the Fallout Equestria wiki, and yes, it was a sex stable.
Yes.
Just like the vault.
Brutal made up some really messed up experiments.
Did they ever make
vaults or stables are just basically messed up experiments?
Some of them are messed up. Others are actually quite productive, and others are just they're normal.
Yeah, the difference between stable tech and vault tech made their experiments just for the hell of it because they like take Barcy like torturing people, and just for science, quote unquote. Stable tech did it because Schooler was trying to figure out what kind of society would be best suited to survive, even though it didn't ultimately go all that well, and many people died because of it.
Well, actually, to be fair, that's exactly what Vault-Tec was doing too. It's just not as clearly spelled out.
Gary?
Well, a lot of Vault-Tec
108
was more for the hell of it as well. I mean, at one point, one of the vaults had the residents locked in with a panther that was free and hungry.
That was 76.
I was gonna say, did they ever make a stable like the one from Fallout 3 with the Garys?
No, there's been no clone ones.
There is one famous vault from the Fallout series I plan on incorporating into Warder's Change at one point.
Ooh. Which one?
Do you like puppet shows?
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Vault 77? Are you kidding me?
I don't understand.
Okay, allow me to explain, Tone. Vault 77 was actually technically not even really in the game. It was actually made in a comic. Basically, the idea of this vault was there's only one participant. But he was never told that he was the only one. They lock him in the vault, and the only thing that's in there, and he's the only one in there except for a box of puppets.
Huh.
So the entire time he's in there, he's left to go to madness and give each of the puppets their own personality. As it goes through, one puppet in particular, which was a Vault Boy puppet,
They were cult in Fallout's case.
apparently gains some kind of his mind really just cracks, and it gives this puppet like a murderous personality. And after he finally escapes the vault, he basically just goes around and kills people with this puppet, saying it's all the
You can
puppet's
find
doing.
his Vault 77 jumpsuit in Fallout 3 at Paradise Falls.
In Paradise Falls. Yeah, that was just a nice little cameo that they throw in there.
Huh. Neat.
Yeah. So there's going to be something with Stable 77 and what has changed at some point.
So there's gonna be a puppet guy.
I have the chapter's called Puppet Show.
God damn it, Tom.
Oh,
I love
boy.
it.
That'd be funny.
I haven't really thought about any other stables that I'd put in mind. I need to look on that one.
You know, it's interesting.
Maybe
Back
Fallout
before I,
Sun.
you know, it's interesting. Back before I actually started reading the original Fallout Equestria, like a couple years back, I was actually going to take part in a tabletop role playing game that was based in Fallout Equestria. Except I was going to be going in as as a stable dweller, with the intention being, I know basically nothing about the setting. Let's make my character the same so that I can learn alongside my character. That was the idea.
So,
Is that
so you're
Fallout is
basically a
Dragon?
little bit-
No, it wasn't Fallout as Dragons. It was, I forget what it was called, but that campaign never actually got off the ground, even though I did have my character. And one of the other characters, played by Perez, a friend of mine, was both of our characters were actually stable dwellers in the same stable. And what was kind of interesting about it is our two characters were already good friends, or were going to be at the start of the campaign if it ever got started, which it never did, sad face. Excuse me. But what I found kind of interesting is Perez was playing a female, I think. I don't remember clearly. All I really remember for sure about my character is that, like, Perez's character was the one who would, like, keep getting into trouble by, like, breaking into places she wasn't supposed to. And my character was the one who kept holding them back, like, you can't keep doing that, you're gonna get us in trouble. And my character also happened to have the sex appeal perk, which was nice.
God damn it.
The sex appeal perk just means that I have higher charisma checks against the opposite sex, or characters who are attracted to my character's gender.
Yes,
So-
I know about that perk.
And Scrap Heap has the Bloody Mess perk now, and they were
Yeah,
all very
I saw
confused at
that.
how a 9mm round rendered a dog into that many bloody chunks.
Are you sure you're not using explosive rounds in that thing?
I believe that's what a wise zebra would call a lucky shot. No.
I always thought that the way the level up perk thingies in the Fallout Equestria stories went was just a thematic thing and didn't actually get incorporated into the story at all.
They normally don't, but I made a joke out of it in the recent chapter.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Like when he got it, he just shot a dog, which then exploded into the door and completely covered him in it, and he was freaking the fuck out how the hell that happened.
A pistol
I love how
did that.
It was
Yeah.
single. It was just one 9mm bullet.
I like
That
how
was
no
the
one
last
caught the
bullet.
reference I just made.
I caught it, and it's, but no, just
Sorry, went
Tom.
over my head.
I find it hilarious how Scrap's the only one who actually had problems. I mean, you got Stripe, who just apparently clotheslines the damn thing. You got
Yeah, and then smashes it.
Cobalt
head
just
in.
smashes it against the wall. Or
I'm 2
something.
chapters behind, so y'all need to shut the hell up.
Well,
Oh,
it's just how
it's
there's
just
a couple
one
of dogs
little
and,
deal in there. Just
You know,
I haven't
it's
read
just
that
a random thing that,
probably yet.
like, where
yeah,
they meet a
it's-
couple.
it's
There's just
on
a random
Tom's,
couple
just
dogs
look it
attack them.
You know,
Took it out.
You know, it's weird. Every time
Cobalt levitated another and killed it by breaking its back on a wagon, and then Scrap Heap got tackled to the ground
Yeah.
and had trouble. And then the bloody mess happened.
you know, it's interesting. Every time I boot up, like a Bethesda Game Studios open world RPG, like Skyrim or Fallout, any of them, and I wind up getting attacked by any canine creature, wolf, feral dog, whatever, and I have to defend myself and kill it. Every time I'm doing this out in the living room, which I do on occasion, and I successfully kill the dog that's trying to murder me, and Mom happens to be in the same room, she'll just look at me and say, "You evil son of a bitch. Don't kill the puppies." And it's like, "You was trying to kill me! Don't kill the puppies!" What was I supposed to do? Let it rip my throat out? Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah,
I actually
They're
broke
good
my
boys,
Fallout
no?
New Vegas.
yeah. Oh, I say let's see her do that when you actually like go up against a hellhound and see how well she deals with that. Oh, you killed a puppy.
Well, no,
A giant heavily sharpened clawed energy wielding puppy. So
yeah.
That's trying to kill you.
I'm about to say, Tone, you know what a hellhound is, right?
I mean, in Skyrim, yeah.
No, in
It's
Fallout
the
Equestria.
Deathclaw equivalent, basically.
Oh.
Basically, think a diamond dog, but more of a Deathclaw like.
It's a diamond dog that's become a Deathclaw.
Oh well, I mean, I wasn't
And it's
talking about Fallout Equestria. I was just talking about just base Fallout and Elder Scrolls.
Ace Fallout.
You know,
I know. I'm
just
just.
the one thing I'm disappointed in the big Fallout Equestria stories. Not one of them has dog meat.
Fix that.
Give Scrap dog meat.
I'm afraid he's not. There's 2 more companions, and neither of them is a dog.
But just add another one. Just add dog meat.
If it saddens you so much, fix it yourself. If you want something done right, do it yourself, damn it.
I'll admit, when I was coming up with the concept, I was tempted to bring in dog meat, but I chose against it because I had a different character I wanted to do, and the price was already getting big.
I have an idea for a pet-like companion, just not dog meat.
You know, I just realized, in the little flasher setting, I haven't added Aloysius yet.
Where's Aloysius? What'd you do to him?
I mean,
The show's forgotten that Aloysius, so you know.
I mean, Aloysius doesn't show up until season 2, doesn't he?
Yes.
So
Who?
Aloysius the bird.
The
Who?
Twilight's owl.
I get it, Tom.
God
Stop it.
damn it. Damn it, Tom.
Whoo.
Ooh.
Anyways, but yeah, so and it probably makes sense then that Aloysius hasn't shown up yet, because in Little Choices we're still only like a week or 2 after Discord. So
Yeah.
Aloysius hasn't had a chance to flutter into Twilight's window and bring her shit yet.
Yeah.
And I mean, with the shit I have planned, it's probably gonna take another couple stories before I can even get to that point.
I'm about to say, you still got all that shit in Hollow Shades to deal with. Spoiler alert.
I mean, that's only gonna take a couple chapters to go through. No, I mean like this story and then story 3, and then it'll probably be, if I decide to do a story 4, it'll be there that Aloysius shows up.
I'm going to read a bit more immediately after Jibber Jabber. The bit I've just read is Celestia and Luna reacting to news about Artie trying to fuck up Starlight and Starlight punching Twilight in the face.
Technically, she didn't punch Twilight in the face. She kind of elbowed her.
Yeah. Still left a big gnarly bruise though.
I think the
Yeah.
Really, a punch
point
should be
still
on
is
Netflix.
that Rainbow... I think the point is that Rainbow still hit Twilight in any way to get...
Yes, and it's
to
tearing her
continue
up
the
on the
chain.
inside to the point where she's having nightmares about Twilight.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't read that bit yet.
Like I was
I just
worried.
read
Like
the-
I'm worried that I
that's
might
it.
have to change the story to teen because of that fucking nightmare.
Maybe.
I mean, come on, a bruise spreading all across the body until the whole body is pitch black with a bruise, a giant evil grin, and the skin is molding like clay around anything that strikes it. Yeah, that's not kid friendly.
I mean,
Neither is
Rainbow
what-
Dash...
Neither is Rainbow Dash.
was about to admit her feelings to Twilight on the train, and then this happened. So I think she's rightfully afraid that Twilight's about to just leave her ass.
I mean, more
Yeah.
specifically, she was about to just lean over and kiss her, and then Starlight walked by.
Aw, cock blocked by Starlight. God damn it.
Cock blocked by Rainbow Dash's own freaking anger issues.
Anger, paranoia, fear, yeah.
Tone.
I've had people in the comments section pointing out that they're absolutely terrified of what Discord did to Rainbow in that story. Because, like, according to one guy, like, It's hard to tell where Discord's manipulation and Rainbow's own insecurities begin and or end.
Well, yeah, you got a point there. The whole reason she went through this whole let's go find Starlight deal is because of Discord.
Yeah, but it's hard to tell where, where his words prodded her into it and where her own insecurities might have come in to begin with. It's like, I didn't realize it was that subtle until people started saying, damn, Discord's manipulation terrifies. It's like, wait, what? There was anything subtle about that? Holy shit!
I do agree with you, Brian, changing that one part of the story later on that you've been telling me about.
Oh, yeah. Big spoiler warning for everyone before I go into this. I'm not going to write this particular string of events anymore because with how things are developing, it wouldn't make sense for me to have it anymore. This was originally going to be the big sort of fuck up that Rainbow has that sort of puts her into her emotional distress, and it wasn't even supposed to have happened yet, but with Rainbow elbowing Twilight in the face and everything that's going on as a result, that it's already happened. So having this particular event transpire just doesn't make any sense anymore. What it basically was going to be is that after the train incident, Rainbow was going to relentlessly pursue Starlight even against the wishes of the rest of the group, eventually finding her in an abandoned town, Salt Lake City, that was abandoned because the lake became poisoned after they disturbed toxic chemicals in the water that they didn't realize were there.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole lake is poisonous for ponies, and so the primary export of the town, salt, was rendered pointless, and the town was eventually abandoned because the primary export became non-viable. Starlight was hiding out there, trying to use it to rest up before she went and move on to somewhere else to try and hitch a ride to Canterlot. And Rainbow finds her. The rest of the main six try to stop her, and she goes on the attack again. Starlight is able to retreat, and during the skirmish, the building they're in starts coming down. Some of it comes down around the rest of the main six, excluding Rainbow, and Twilight calls out to her hey, we're trapped, get us out of here. But in her sort of blind rage, so to speak, Rainbow just ignores them and goes after Starlight instead, and this leads to the building collapsing, almost killing the rest of the main six. And it's only after that and Rainbow's chasing Starlight, and she eventually fights back, resulting in her ripping Rainbow's cutie mark right off and then tossing her down a hill before continuing to retreat. And when Rainbow wakes up to a very pissed off Twilight is sort of her wake-up call and descent into emotional trauma.
A robot.
Well, not on my end, so...
I have to say, Tone, I think it was probably a good idea that you changed that a bit.
Yeah, I don't see Rainbow doing that after already hitting the mare she loves.
Initially she wasn't going to elbow Twilight at all. That just kind of happened.
Yeah. I was saying after doing that, I don't see Rainbow, because she's already fucked up to the point where she has shaken the trust of the mare she loves in her and kind of potentially ruined any kind of thing they could have had.
Yeah.
I don't see her going off and doing something like that afterwards. If she did that, well, the element of loyalty will probably just tell her to take a hike.
Yeah, that was going to be one of the lines of dialogue is for the pony who represents loyalty, you've been remarkably selfish recently.
Yeah.
The whole thing is that when Rainbow finally comes to, the changeling invasion had started and they were too far away to do anything, and they're seeing smoke plumes coming out of Canterlot from a distance. And when she finally realizes that she's fucked up, Rainbow just asks, so what do we do? And Twilight's response is, we are going to come up with a plan to fix this. You are going to sit there and do nothing. You've done enough.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen now, though. So
yeah, not gonna happen now.
I'm interested to see how that plays out and if Starlight's gonna start doing the whole security box stealing thing, because that's how it happened originally.
Well, that's quite a ways away from this, so we're probably never gonna see Starlight again.
You're wrong.
Well, of course I'm wrong, because what do I know?
She's the centerpiece of the fucking cover art. You think I'm done with her? No, of course not. Anyways, so I think with that somber note, this is as good a place as any to end off on, so time to conclude this episode of Jibber Jabber. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, for tuning in. I have been Tone Shift, your host, as always, and we'll see you again next time. Keep open ears, people. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.